What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's Legendary Guide for Halo Anniversary. Before we get started on the mall, I wanted to remind you one more time that next month we are starting full production of the film Shrine, which will premiere on this channel by the end of the year. Now, we still need donations to make this happen. Our goal is a little bit steep. It's $10,000, but like I said in the last video, I think I've come up with a way to make you want to help donate the money. For those of you who've ever wanted to see me complete a mission in a different way, shape, or form, with or without certain skulls, or with different strategies entirely, now's your chance to do it. For $50, I will complete a mission segment of Halo 3 ODST, Reach, or Anniversary in whatever method you decide to choose. For $100, I will do a full mission. For donations of at least $250, I will personally help you with the next weekly Reach Lazo challenge. And for donations of at least $500, I will not only help you with the next Lazo challenge, but I will also include you in the credits of Shrine. You will get a signed copy of the script, and you will have a hard drive delivered to you with all 6 theatrical presentations of Halo. Just remember to visit the home page, click Make a Donation button, and fill out there. I really appreciate everyone who's made a donation so far. It helps a lot, and thanks to you, we can help get this presentation and theatrical production on the way. And remember, throughout the Shrine production, there will be several Halo Easter eggs hidden throughout the whole thing. And through that, we'll be giving away all sorts of prizes, giveaways, for those who find those Easter eggs. Now, obviously, those who get a copy of the script will get a slight edge, so there's some incentive for you right there. And also, check out the link below to check out the official Shrine trailers. We have 3 out now, and there will be more before the release of the final production. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and now enjoy the Maw on Legendary for Halo Anniversary.
Hey! You know me, it's Chimera, and you're watching the Tyrant's Legendary walkthrough for Halo Anniversary. Today, we're going to escape the destruction of Halo in the final mission, the Maw. Who's Mama?
God damn it, how am I paying you by the hour?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tyrant's Legendary Guide for Halo Anniversary. Today we are doing the final mission, the Maw. Very epic mission as well. We have a few skulls activated. We have Iron, as always. Grunt birthday party, because it's always a party at Tyrant's house. We have Bandana to counter some of the cheats that Bungie has implemented into here, and I'll explain those as we go along. And I have Boom activated as well. This can work for you or against you depending on how you use it. So I'm going to try to explain that as we go. You want to be very careful when you have Boom activated in this mission.
This thing is falling apart.
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it.
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose.
You know, it's kind of like, maybe. And that is why Chief is the boss. So first off, you are armed with an assault rifle and a plasma rifle. Neither weapon really will benefit you here, but we'll trade out shortly. Use the assault rifle to take out these infection forms and drop a grenade down the shaft. That'll deal with the carriers that are down below, which are also being attacked by sentinels. You do not want to be near a carrier when you have the Boom Skull activated. They can be very deadly. Switch to plasma grenades and deal with the sentinels. They work far better against the sentinel shielding. Now you have combat forms waiting for you around the corner over here. So go ahead and toss a grenade. At least one of these guys should be armed with a shotgun. Sometimes you'll find a pistol as well. Pick up the shotgun. And if you see a pistol, pick that up too. If I can find... There we go. Oh, we got lucky this time. Both. So when those doors bust open, go ahead and toss a grenade in there. Should wipe out the combat forms and infection flood. Be very careful of stray grenades. Easy chain reaction. Now you have more combat forms waiting for you around here, so go ahead and drop a grenade over there as well. Bring it. Come on. And they just don't want to die. They just keep on coming. And not a dollar by the minute way either. So we're going to take out these guys. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, you want to be careful because when you gun down in combat flood, they typically drop grenades. So when a carrier form explodes, if there are any grenades near there, they typically chain react. So watch out, you've got infection forms here. Drop a grenade and kill the combat flood. In the cafeteria beyond, you've got a pair of hunters along with a bunch of special ops, grunts and elites. The grunts typically have fuel rod guns. The elites can throw grenades with devastating accuracy. I highly recommend taking out the hunters from inside this particular area right here, this little corridor. A lot of times they'll be distracted by flood infection forms. And he nicked me a little bit, but that's okay because it looks like he's a little bit dazed right now with those infection forms crawling all over him. And the hunters are down, so we just need to deal with the elites and the grunts. We do not have Grunt Funeral activated. I highly recommend you do not activate Grunt Funeral if you activate Boom. That will spell disaster for you. And you really don't encounter the Covenant enough in this mission for it to really benefit you anyway. Now you have a second wave that'll emerge from the doorway on the left, so go ahead and toss some grenades over here. Some plasma grenades to be specific because they are far more effective against the elites than plasma grenades. Sometimes they'll retreat back to this doorway over here as well. And I can see one hiding. That should be all of them. And there's another elite hiding around the corner, so arm yourself with a plasma grenade, stick him, get back in case he decides to charge your way. The bridge is heavily guarded by special ops grunts. I see some grenades there, so we're going to let those detonate. I don't want to be in the middle of those.
Next to the main view screen.
And once you're sure the bridge is clear, go ahead and activate the cutscene.
I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tab.
You can't imagine how exciting this is to have a record of all of our lost time. Human history, is it? Fascinating.
He's using a Ghostbuster beam to retrieve the data. Fantastic.
Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization. To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record. I am shocked.
Well, that would be a first, Mr. Guilty Spark.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win. Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine's shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why? Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, Sentinels!
This situation looks slightly familiar. No plasma pistol this time, though, so go ahead and just make a run for it. No need to combat the Sentinels.
The
And just beyond this bend over here, you're going to fight more combat forms. They're all cluttered in this room. Go ahead and take care of the initial wave, and if you're quick, you can take care of the ones scattered throughout this room as well. Now again, your best offensive weapon here is really your radar. That'll tell you if they're coming or not. Now here you want to be quick. There's going to be a battle between the Flood and the Covenant, so just make a run for it. Turn around quick. There are going to be some Flood that follow you. Gun them down with your shotgun. In this next room over here, we have Sentinels engaged with the battle with a bunch of infection forms. One plasma grenade will take care of the Sentinels. And then you can mop up the rest of the infection flood with another grenade. Drop a fragmentation grenade over here to deal with those guys. You do not want to sticky an infection form, trust me. Rearm your plasma grenades, deal with the Sentinels in this corridor over here, and you have cleared the way to the cryo chamber. Now there are two entrances to the cryo chamber. Go for the second one. It's the quickest route and the safest one. You're going to make your way through the ladder, or up the ladder. You have one Flood up here with a shotgun. Sometimes he has a buddy with him, just like this time. The shotgun guy is your top priority. Drop a plasma grenade there to deal with the two Sentinels that will emerge. And here is your first pocket of what I like to call infinite Flood. It's really not infinite Flood, it's just multiple waves that seemingly spawn out of nowhere. It is a very cheap tactic on Bungie's part, even though I love them to death. But this is something that I wish they had not included in the game. And this is why we have Bandana activated, to basically counter these Flood pockets. If you were trying to do this without any deaths, Bandana is recommended. If you don't care about dying, Bandana really isn't that necessary. But as you can see, one of these guys totes a rocket launcher, so it's not a bad idea to try to counter these guys as they're coming at the door. It's just wave after wave that seemingly appear out of nowhere. So now run ahead. Once you're sure that nothing else is coming, there's an overshield over here. Grab it. Highly recommended for the next bit. Now go through the shaft, just like you did in the Pillar of Autumn. Take care of these infection flood. And hopefully you won't take too much damage to your overshields. Now, one grunt will be fleeing by. Gun him down. That's right. Now, this is a very epic battle ahead, because this is the only place in the game where you're going to see a three-way battle between the Covenant, the Flood, and the Sentinels. The Sentinels are on the left, the Covenant's on the right. The Flood will engage them from the back. The Covenant here are your biggest threat. There are two Hunters in this room, along with Special Ops Elites and Grunts. The Elites, of course, can throw grenades at you, just like the Ultras can in later games. My recommendation is you wait till the Hunters are dead, either by the Sentinels or by your own hand, before proceeding down the hallway. When you exit these doors, you're going to want to make a bolt for the right. Oh, I think I got him. And again, with Boom activated, those plasma detonations really do help with decimating those elites. So again, just kind of steer clear a little bit. We should be good to go. Arm yourself with a shotgun just in case anyone's left alive. We are in good shape so far. And now go ahead and move to the armory. Now there is an invisible Flood combat form, the only one of the series that hangs out here, so be quick about it. Grab a rocket launcher. You really aren't going to need your pistol from here on out, so that and your shotgun should do just fine. Now this is where Boom really shines, and this is why I activated it for this mission specifically. Because Boom is activated, you don't actually need to hit the remotes to unhitch those little bar things. 2 rockets should detonate the fusion reactor. Took 3 there. You will have a few Flood that combat you from down here, but for the most part, because boom is activated, you can go ahead and crack those shields without ever having to hit this control panel. So you only have to ascend the engine room once, which is very good because, again, this is a part where the infinite waves of flood, or the flood pockets as I should say, really do present themselves. It is a pain in the butt, and otherwise this room takes forever. So now we're going to move over here. The Sentinels and the Flood should be pretty busy engaging each other. There are 8 health packs around if you need them. So aim for the bottom of these pipes. That seems to be the best place. This is a tip that I actually got from RC Master in his Maw Lazo run. So a shout out goes to RC Master. Thank you so much for this. Definitely makes the engine room a lot more manageable. And check that out. Now at this point, all you need to do is escape.
Recategorizing data for processing and storage now.
You can tell that you've succeeded because the arrows lighting up the control panels are no longer active. So all you need to do now is just get out of the engine room. This is one of those flood pockets that I was referring to. They just keep coming and coming and coming. And yes, that is what she said. They are not infinite. They're very... Well, there's about like 5 waves here. Oh, God. And that's why we have the overshield. So keep checking your radar. Once you think there are only infection flood, you can proceed forward. You move up to the 3rd level. We have another flood pocket over here. Hey, if Bungie cheats, you know what? Thanks to 343 Industries, so can I. And that's what Bandana is for. You have the ability to backtrack as much as you need to. Try not to go too far, only because, again, you're going to trigger that first flood pocket again. The faster you advance, the less flood you have to deal with. So we're pretty much just playing it safe right now. Watching the radar, making sure that no flood combat forms are coming around the corner. Carriers especially, because they can wipe you out pretty quick, especially with boom activated. This part's very tedious. If you don't take out the engines the way that I just did, you have to encounter this multiple times. So now you just run straight ahead. You'll have a health pack not too far from here, so don't worry. Whoa. So you don't have to worry about it too much. Now the Flood or the Covenant are going to ascend or descend the elevator. Whoa. Fire a rocket and a plasma grenade. This will deal with both the Grunts and the Elites. So you shouldn't have anything to worry about. That easily clears the area, and wow, we almost got toasted there. So now we're going to check the corners, make sure there are no Elites in hiding. We are in good shape, so go ahead and get into the elevator. Get to the back initially, because there's going to be an explosion right at that door. That is a long way up. Okay, now you're pretty much free to do what you want. It feels like Mission Impossible right about now. I want to jump onto a helicopter. This is the epic Warthog run coming up ahead. It can be very challenging if not run through correctly. So I'm going to show you the best way to do this. I'm going to try not to flip the hog, because on Legendary the countdown timer is less than anything else. Now be very careful, because again, with boom activated, it's very easy to die here. So we're going to trigger the explosion. See, my shields are down. I'm down to 2 bars of health. The Flood and the Covenant are engaged in a battle just ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try to flip that hog over there. It is working despite the fact that it looks like it's on fire. We're going to grab a health pack, and we're going to start this drive. Alright, so I cleared out this area pretty good with those grenades. And now it's just a timing game. You want to push full throttle. If you pull back at all, you're going to flip the hog very easily. You should be able to make every gap and every ramp jump here as long as you just keep going. Try not to teeter the joystick too much. See, the roof caught that right there, and that's exactly what it should be doing. Every second counts on Legendary. You really don't have a lot of time to play with here. This second room is about as easy as the first one to get through. Again, just do it as quickly as you can. Do not stop. See, we're already low on shields because of those sentinels. Now here we have a little shortcut. Go ahead and go through the tunnel. It'll help you out just a little bit. Cuts back on some time and some bad guys. Less likely for you to flip. Those little ramps can be a pain in the butt. So for round 3, instead of going through the center, we're going to take the left-hand side. Again, don't flip the hog here. Just drive as straight as you possibly can. This one's a bit more challenging. This is like going to the DMV, and it sucks, just like the DMV. You will not make that ramp jump. You have grunts with fuel rod guns. You have grunts with needlers. You're just going to have to go in and out of these columns right here. Take it slow, nice, and easy. This next ramp you should be able to make just fine. Avoid the Spirit dropship as well as the shade turret. Almost flipped there. But we're still on 4 wheels, and that's all that counts. Now, the game wants you to wait for Foe Hammer. Now, if you've played through Halo before, you know what happens here, so don't even bother waiting. Foe Hammer's about to meet her maker, so just keep on going. No sense in having those pair of Banshees attacking you.
She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route.
Take the left side over the right because the right side has a bunch of explosions which could knock you off course, and we still have a kilometer to go. We have yet another tunnel here where we can take a little shortcut. There is a secret grunt back there, but I am not going to waste my time at this point because this is legendary and we do not have time to waste. So cut through here. Just splatter that elite. Yeah, he kind of deserved it anyway. And go top speed towards this gap. Again, try not to flip the hog because if you have to flip it over at that little crescent at the bottom, it can be very difficult. Plus, you lose a lot of time. All right, we got through there, no problem. Jump this gap. Not falling to our deaths today. We are almost home free. We just need to get through this one little part. Okay, now the suggested route is to take the main path. Don't do it. You've got flood, you've got special ops elites. It's a death trap. It's a trap! It's a trap! So go down this ramp over here. You will avoid all enemy fire. This is pretty much your guaranteed route. So as long as you have plenty of time left, you should be okay. You're going to bypass the ramp to the longsword fighter just a little bit. But that's okay because we have 40 seconds left. We have plenty of time. Run over here and ascend the ramp without any threat at all. Congratulations! You have just conquered the Maw on Legendary with no, well, with a few skulls on, with no deaths. And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. That is Halo Anniversary on Legendary. All 10 missions. Epic missions, might I add, with no deaths. Now I'm going to sit back and let you enjoy the cutscene. My name is the Tyrant, and thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.
Come here, you mother... I'm gonna... This is it, baby.
Shut them down. We'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do for Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.